Okay, good day everyone. Thank you for coming into this YouTube channel Trade Live with Precise Trader. This is Asian session and today is 19th of June. Okay, do take note of the risk disclosure. Day trading in foreign exchange is risky. Past results are not indicative of future returns. The content on this webinar is mainly educational purpose. Use your information entirely at your own risk, and you must assess the risk of your trade with your broker before you put in your trades. And let's move on to our live analysis. Okay, yesterday first we'll talk about the US interest rate announcement. The US Fed funds rate, the forecast was 4.5 and yesterday they kept it unchanged, and followed by the FOMC statement and FOMC press conference. And in fact the they are still expecting more inflation to come, and one of the reason is because of the tariffs which was implemented. So I think this whole year they are not expecting any rate cut. Okay, and again it all depends on the data that is coming forward, and see how it responds. Then we have a New Zealand data GDP, which was forecast was 0.7, came out to be slightly better, and employment change, the Aussie, they came out to be bad data. Okay, the forecast was 20.6, but it was negative 2.5. Okay, 15:30, we have a S&B rate announcement, which is market is expecting a cut of 0.25 to 0%, and followed by the press conference and monetary policy statement. Then we also have 1900 hours. We have a rate announcement from the BOE, and from the pound, and market is expecting unchanged, and this is also about 4.25. Then also take note that today US bank holiday, so most likely today it will be a very quiet session, and see whether any break, then we can go into the trades. Then let's move on to our open trades. In fact, this morning we shorted gold at 3379. Actually supposed to be 338485, but we missed it, so we had a late entry on this, and we are holding three tier entry. In fact, entered at 3379.6, 3379 and 3376. Okay, what happened was we took that first trade 79.6, then later on we went for an add-on entry. Okay, in fact it broke 76, so we went for another trade. Then we went for a 79 again. So now we are the stop, we are revised all to 83 and 84. So we have going for a very tight stop. The reason being is because it's all quite close, and we don't want to lose money, especially if we are not in the right direction. Then we also have a sell order. Okay, that one I think we will cancel first. Okay, let's just concentrate on these trades. Then we would go for the trade. Okay, so let's start discussing with gold first. Then we move on to other uh, other currencies. So looking at gold, okay, what I can talk or what I can say about gold is this week this is expected to be in a congestion. Okay, this is expected to be in a congestion, and the price target we are looking at is, if we can see before end of the week, we should see the 3360 testing, and if it breaks, then we can see 3325 or 3293. Again, take note that that Middle East geopolitical tensions must be in our back end at all times. That means, it must be in our mind at all times, because if something triggers, something happens big, then we might get the reversal or spike up in the opposite direction. Then when we look into the daily, okay, daily looks like this is a failure at this level, because it was trying to break this high and it failed here. So right now what we are seeing is, we are seeing a correction, a correction down or congestion on the daily, and we should see the price before 3338 or 3320 if we are expecting some more strength to come on this market. Okay, so then again, if we look at on the hourly 360, we have yet to see the low. Okay, there is more room to see the price going lower. Then the target we are looking at is around 3338 and 3328. Okay, so the two things, in fact, when we trade this kind of trades, there is three things you need to know. One is the benchmark level, one is the critical level or the stop loss level, then of course the target. So if we know the answer for all these three, then trading becomes a bit easy. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Like for instance, you see, like for instance, this target, okay, for this market, the target we are looking at is 3328 or 33. Let's put it as 3330. Okay, as a target. So in order for this target to be reached, the benchmark level is right now is 3362. Okay, what is the benchmark level? That means we need to see the break of that level 3360 in order to see our target reached. So that is what the benchmark level means. Then the next thing we need to know is the critical level or the stop loss level. So that means that level is important. So that one is 3404. If it's tighter, then I'll look at 3395. So these are the two benchmark levels. So in short, one sentence, how should we playing that this game is, as long as the price is below 95 and 3405, I'll be holding a sell, and I need to see a break of 3360 for more weakness to be seen. And once this 3360 breaks, then we should see a price target of at least 3840 and 3330. Okay, so this is in one sentence. I'm telling you all the things needed for the trade. Okay, now since we have already been in the trade, And if you just come in and you want to go into the trade, okay, what I can suggest to you is try to sell at, because the next another 5 minutes this strength should going to uh, hold. So probably you may want to sell at 78 and put a stop at 84 or 80, 89. Okay, then you hold for the low to break. Okay, that is 70 has to break and 62 has to break. If this two level breaks, then we can see our target. Otherwise, we may see the price consolidating and pushing, to the high side. So now let's see. Okay, there is a possibility, because right now we are seeing this. We still have another 1 hour 20 minutes left on this move. So then after that, the new time belt will come into play. Then we will see how we can handle this. So for those of you who have just joined in, okay, we have shorted. Okay, we have shorted. In fact, I think I may want to reduce since the price is moving higher. Okay, so maybe I want to reduce this. Then I just want to control the risk. Okay, so give me a minute, huh? Okay, so now I'm just holding one trade because I just want to reduce the risk. In fact, then I would see whether, if better entry level, then I would go in again. Okay, so for those of you who have just joined in, just give me a minute, huh? Okay, so so now I just want to reduce this. So now I want to go for a re-entry again. Okay, overall is, I just want to share with you, we are looking weakness. Okay, we are looking weakness. So the possibility of this market breaking, and TP is going to be definitely for this trade, the trades which I've taken, I will be holding to see whether the low breaks, and if it breaks, then I just want to hold the trade. So now how can I go and take this trade further to the next level is we should be okay. Right now I'm betting that this is going to be the high for the day. Okay, so if by any chance, if this level is tested again and breaks this high, then my next level of selling should be around 3397 or 3394. So since I've already got into this trade, and the only thing that is disturbing me is, you see, because this is this price should be below this this level, which is 3389. Okay, that's a very critical level. So as long as this is below this level, we should see the price going lower. So if not, then we have to uh, have a very cautious approach. Okay, now let's do this another trade. What I want to do is I want to put another trade selling at 3394. Stop. Let's see, where is it? Okay, we can put a stop at 3401. Okay, 3401. Okay, then the TP we will give later. So I'm going for another add-on trade in the event my stop is triggered. Three three nine four. $3401. That's about $7 risk we are looking for. Okay, so I'm putting in this order. This is 0.3 3394. We put a stop. Then sorry, we selling at 3394 in the event this stop is this trade is taken, and this one I want to exit at 33. I'll put it as 45 for the time being, 45, 46. So I want to hold this trade until end of the day, and I want to see whether this price target is reached. Okay, then also take note that the next benchmark levels are 70 and 60. Just now was 70 and 62, I think. Yeah, 70 and 62 half. So this two levels has to break, has to break. Then only we can see the price moving lower. Otherwise, this is still has a chance. So the targets I'm looking for, because what is really disturbing me is this particular price action that we are seeing since 16th of June to 19th. The 3 days, this has been literally clueless and directionless. So if we are looking for this channel between this, so we should see the price moving lower towards this level, and eventually we should see this low breaks as well. Okay, so let's continue with our other trades like euro, pound, dollar, yen, dollar, Swiss. Then eventually we'll come back to gold again. Okay, let's start off with euro. Okay, euro. Okay, right now I think since after the rate announcement has happened. That means the Fed let it unchanged. So we are expecting this price to move lower. In fact, yesterday our target was, I don't know whether you recall, our target was 11450, 11430. Also, we had a buy order. So as of now, if we look into this, we are expecting more weakness to come, because this is already broke the previous day low. Then we should be seeing the price either holding at 113 70 80, or extension of this level but before 11210. Okay, these are the two targets, final targets we are expecting on this market. Okay, so that means our final target should be either at 11380 or 11305 to 11280 for this week. That means until tomorrow. So more weakness is expected. Okay, now we are seeing the price near that yesterday's target. So right now this is deeply oversold, so we may have the price having slightly lower, then we should see some pullback happening. So that means we can go on two types of trades. One is we go for a sell near 80. Okay, either 80, and we can go in two tiers of entry. One is at 65 and 80. Stop above that because the today's high is already 114.89. Then we will go for a target 11430 and 11405. Okay, so what we can do is, okay, we go for two-tier sell. Euro, we are expecting some pullback to happen. Okay, we'll put a stop at 11465, 90, and the TP we will go for a conservative target which is 35. So that means there is a we go for a sell at 11465, stop at 90, then TP at 11435. Then we can go for another entry. This is also a sell, but half lot. Selling at 11480, stop 11505, TP again 11440 or slightly higher. Okay, then the low what we are expecting. So this is another order we are keying in. So we are going in two tiers entry. One is selling at 11465 and stop at 90. The other one is 11480 selling, stop at 11505, TP at 11440. Then the next one we can go for a counter buy. Okay, that one we will go for a buy. This is only 0.3. We put in at 114 figure and 360 and the stop at TP at 11440. Okay, so this is the next trade. This is a counter trade. We are looking to buy at 114, stop at 11360, then TP at 11440. So this is going to be the, so two going against the trend. Just give me 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, so here uh, so we are going for two uh, two tier entry in the direction of the trend, and one is a counter trend, and this is the price targets we are looking for euro. The next one we would be looking for pound. The pound, we are expecting, okay, we are expecting the rate unchanged, and we are already seeing weakness coming into play. Okay, we see uh, today, this weekly is trading below the previous week low, so the target we should be looking at least 132.80 for this week. So as far as the daily is concerned, more weakness is to be seen, and this target should be either 13140 or 13250. So that should be our final target for this down move which we are looking for. So uh, let's get back to this. Sorry. So here uh, the target we are looking for is 32 50 and 31 40 as a final targets. So now we should be trading based on that view. Okay, based on that view. Since we are expecting a rate announcement from the UK, we we would see how we can play this game. So what we can do is we can go for a sell. Can go for a sell. First of all, our stop loss, we got to make sure that either 34.80 or 34.60. Okay. So we are going to trade this already. Market is expected to have some more weakness. Okay, so now we can go for a sell at 34.25 and 34.50. Okay, 50, and the stop we should put the 34.25 stop at 60.65. Then the 50 we'll put it as 80.85. So let's key in this order. Okay, so we are going for a pound pending sell order. $34.20 stop 60, and the TP we should be exiting either 33.90 or extension of this level, which is 33.60. So we will be doing 33.60. Okay, So this is the order we are keying in, selling at 34.20, stop at 34.60, and TP at 33.60. Then we can go for another sell at 34.50. Okay, volume I still want to maintain the same because of the data that is going to be out. Stop 34.90, and this one we will exit at 33.90. See, when we give the orders, okay, so this is the next set of orders. And when we give the orders, we must make sure that it should be a high probability orders, okay? Because sometimes, you know, when we put in the orders, if you're not able to have we don't have time to manage, then we should get this order get filled and closed automatically. Until then, I think we don't disturb this trade, and we'll just see how. So a quality trading must be, you know, all the things must be perfect. Okay, then only we can get the right results what we are expecting. Okay, then for the counter trend trade, okay, we need to see, we can either put in to buy at 33.30 or 32.80. So I think since there is a rate announcement there, so we will go for a buy at 32.80 rather than 33.30. Okay, so that one we will put a stop at 32.40, and the TP for this should be 33.30, since the 33.30 will become a resistance okay. So we are putting the trades for the pound. Next, let's go into dollar yen. Then we will look dollar Swiss. Then finally we get back to gold again. Okay. So now dollar yen. Okay, this is showing strength on the weekly. So we expect the price to test 14625. Okay, once it breaks 145.40. So 145.40 breaks, we should see the price heading towards 146.25. Okay, this is for the weekly. Then as far as the daily is concerned, we are still seeing a congestion, still not sure which side the market is going to go, and we have to wait for the more clues. When we look into the hourly, we get an idea that the low is already confirmed. That means the correction is already over. Now we should see the price testing 145.40, and we should see the price heading towards 146.20, 146.50, and 147 120. So how can we play this game? We got to put a stop, conservative stop we should be putting at either at 70 or slightly lower. Okay, let's zoom in to see on the 15 minute. So this should be our stop loss. So we want to enter this trade because I think we don't want to miss this entry. So what what we will do is we would go for a buy near this market now. Okay, let me see. RSI is still 64. 64. Okay, we'll put it as 45.10. We'll put it as 45.10. Then another one. 44.85. Yeah, about 85 is the entry level. So we have two tier entry, 45.10 and 44.85. So the 45.10 we put a stop below this 70. Then the 45.85 we got to put below 44.30. Okay, so then the TP is we will fight for the high to break. So if the high breaks, then we can see 46.10, 46.50 and 47.10. Okay, so let's key in this order. 45.10, stop is 44.70 at TP 46, we'll put it as 46.05. Okay, we'll put a very conservative level, and the benchmark level for this is 45.40. Okay, so dollar yen, this is the order we are keying in. Okay, buying at 45.10, stop at 44.70, and TP at 46.05, but the key level to pay attention is 45.40. Okay, so let's move on to the next trade. The next trade, I also don't want to go for a higher volume. I still want to maintain the same volume. 44.85, 44.30, 35, and this one is 45.40. That means this trade we are trying to exit before the resistance. Remember, the 45.40 breaks, then only we can see the price moving higher. Otherwise, this is going to be in a trading band and trading range. So then the next one we need to know the counter trend sell. So if we are expecting the price to move higher, let's see the break of this. We should see the price extending towards 46.50 and 47.10 for today. Okay, yeah, we can see 47.50 as well. Okay, it's about 180 pips away. I think it should be okay. So we'll go for another sell. This is a counter trend. Sell at 47.10. Stop 55. TP 46.60, because 46.40 will become the support. Okay, so this is the next counter trend trade we are keying in, which is selling at 47.10, stop at 55, and TP at 46.60. Okay, so now we are going to go for dollar Swiss, and finally we look into gold again. Okay, the dollar Swiss, taking into consideration there is a rate announcement. Remember, for the past few days I was telling our target was 82.05, and right now this market is trading at 82.05. Okay, so what is going to happen is, when the rate announcement cut, I think they are cutting, right? So when that comes into play, we should see the price spiking towards 82.70 and 83.05. Let's see what is the weekly high. $82.50. So we can see 82.50, 83.05 and 83.40. So these are the three targets levels we are looking for this week. Okay, so this is going higher. This is also high. So this move is expected to break this high. Okay, expected to break this high. So if it breaks, then we should see the price heading towards 83.20 and 83.65. Okay, so now how can we trade this? And we have a rate announcement happening now. Let me see. Okay, we can go for a buy at 82. Then our TP should be 82.20 or 82.30. Okay, before the announcement. Then we can go for another buy at 81.80. Then stop at 81.60. Then the TP we would try to buying at 82, stop loss 81, 70. Okay, we'll put it as 70, 30 pips. TP 82, 30, 35, not more than that, because 82.40 there is a strong resistance. Okay, so we are putting buying at 82, stop at 81.70, and TP at 82.35. Then we have one more order. We may want to put in buying at 81.80. Okay, so we have one more buying order 81.80, also 0.3, stop at 81.55, then 82.35 or higher. Then the other selling order, the counter trend, because the rate announcement, we may get a spike up if the market is got that what is expected the thing. So we should be selling at 83.20 or 83.40. So what we will do is we will go for a sell. And that one we can close at 82.80. So this is the final sell order. That means this is a counter trend. We are trying to sell at 83.20, stop at 83.55, and TP at 82.80. So I hope you understand what we are trying to do. So we are trying to do two trades in the direction of the market, or two tier or two stages of entry, and one in the counter direction. So that is the extreme levels we are looking for that particular day. So that means for today, this is the maximum we are looking for, and we want to enter that trade. Now let's move on to our gold analysis in detail. Okay, gold. Okay, what I'm expecting is, okay, right now the break, okay, now is the break is happening now. Okay, early on I think we shorted at 76. Okay, 76, and right now I don't want to close this trade now. Okay, I don't want to close this trade now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for add-on entry. Okay, add-on entry. Now take note that the price has to clear 70 and 62 for further weakness, which is expected to happen. Okay, which is expected to happen. So there's two ways which you can trade this. One is hold on, this is 10 o'clock, so we have okay, so now the break is just happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for another trade sell at 74. Okay, and this is just sell 0.2 or 0.3. Okay, I'll put it as 73 half because I want to be in the trade. Stop loss has to be 79 half or higher. So I'm already holding this trade, so I'm trying to sell at 73 half, because that's where the break has happened. Let me sometimes okay, sometimes when we play the game, the confidence level must be uh, there, so we need to see where is our confidence level. So if our confidence level is at peak, then we'll try to go for the trade. If our confidence level is depreciating, then we should be reducing the trade. So that's how you manage the trade at all times. So now you see here, we are trying to sell just below the break. So let's try to get into this trade. Okay, let's try to get into the trade. And my first trade, that's 76. Now the stop loss, I want to reduce it to 80 half. You see how we play the game, manage the risk. Okay, so now I have reduced this to 80 half. So now I'm trying to add on to my trade which is already making money. Okay, which is already making money. So, and my focus would be, let me show you this. Okay, so we should I mean, we should have entered and market this again, but anyway, this is, as we go on, I will try to improve on this entry, because sometimes we need to, because normally we don't believe in market entry, but sometimes we need to take that step to stay in the business. So now we see here, so what are we expecting is, see here, I'll just explain in detail. Okay, market was consolidating within this channel for almost like 3-4 days. So now the price has made a high, rejected at the support, which means to say this is where we call it either the sentiment change or polarity change. So now what we are expecting is this low to break. Then if breaks, then we should see the price heading towards 56, 53, 47 and eventually 40. So we are trying to exit at 45, 46 level. Okay, we are trying to exit around that level. So what we got to do is, we just have to have all this registered in our mind, all this registered, meaning to say that the levels. Okay, always remember, when you are holding a trade, okay, there is a couple of checks you need to check quite often, on off, to see whether you are in the right direction, or the right direction, or the right mode. Because always also remember that the rule of the game is cut your losses short, let your profits run. Okay, just now you see, if you notice, we were holding, okay, we were holding sell at 79.60. But the moment once we felt that this is moving in the wrong side or is going against us, I mean, we just don't hesitate to close it. So when we do, control your risk. In fact, yesterday night we were open during that time, and if you notice, yesterday we took almost like I think more than 10 times 10 trades, and of course majority we try to make money, but of course we are going in slow. Okay, the reason being is also, I did tell you earlier, we need to see the uh, profits making at least 10%, then we increase the volume. And that's how you should play the game. That means, first of all, have your risk at control at all times. Make sure that you don't lose your capital, and make sure that you protect your capital at all times. And once the profit starts to come in, then we slowly increase the uh, the lot size and increase the volume. So now, since that 73 half which I wanted to put in is already missed, okay, is already missed. Okay, now how I got to play the game is two ways. One is, see, now is already broke the support which I was expecting, and it really it it is moving as I'm expecting. So now how can I close this trade? There's two ways which we can do. One is you wait to see whether this low breaks, and this is mainly for aggressive traders, okay, and see whether this low breaks, and if it low breaks, then for sure we can see our price target hit. Now the next way how I can manage is I have sold right now. This on the 1 minute is making lower low, lower high, and I expect this downforce to continue until 66, okay, 66 or 68, okay, 68. So now what I'm going to do is, see, now 60, now the RSI is already oversold. That means the price is approaching its base. We should see some pullback to happen. So we see, and this is a break, and this is a down move which we are seeing. So what I'm going to do now is, I want to remember this one, I want to book at 45. Okay, now you see here we are seeing some strength happening. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm trying to close this, take a profit at 70, okay, 70 or 68, okay. So I'll try to get this profit first, then I got a re-entry at 73 half. So now if I take my profit at this level, then the re-entry, I'll try to go in for another entry. So always try to, when we are able, see, the what I'm trying to tell you is, when we have managed to catch the move or catch or be in the trend, try to hold at least two or two minimum, 2 to 3 in that direction, so at least we can slowly lock in one by one and get the maximum uh, profit from the market. So I'm just trying to uh, lock in this thing. Then I may want to go for a re-entry. So looks like I think it's gone. Okay, I think I missed it. Okay, looks like the strength is coming in. Uh, okay, then also take note our dollar yen is filled. So I'll just wait to manage this. See, just now that 70 half, if I have taken that, then I would have entered a re-entry again, you know. But I think I have been a bit slow to respond to that, so we have to wait for the next round again. Okay, you see how we manage the trade. Okay, we'll see how we close the trade and so we have one sell order at 73 half. You see, on the dot it comes, then it is turning. Okay, now I think the 73 half, I want to reduce it to 73. Then my 70 take profit. Okay, now I'm also changing it back to 45. You see, what was my plan? My plan is if I have taken my profit at 70, then the 73 half I would be going in uh, for a second trade. That means I'll be going in more. Okay. So now let's see. Okay. Now the 73 is failed. Okay. Now is failed. So now this one we don't want to put the same target as the other one. Okay. So now here this one we will put a target at 56. But the condition is the 62 has to break. Okay, the 62 has to break. So you see how we play the game. Okay, and our decision can change instantaneously and keep moving on with the flow of the trade. Okay, so now since I have remember I told you, since this just broke the support, so I may want to go for one more tier. Okay, one more tier. So if if uh, if this is trading below the moving average, moving average. 781. Okay, 81. Okay, 81. So I'm going to put another order. Gold selling. The quantity is still the same. I don't want to put extra. Okay, so I'm putting in another cell at 77. Okay, and this is stop at 81, and this round the TP is at 66. Okay, the TP is at 66. Okay, so then the 76, I think I've reduced it to 80 half. Then the 77 is 81. Okay, this only is all different price targets which we are looking at. So you see here now the thing can change, the sentiment can change very fast from down to up, up to down, and we still have to play the game with confidence. Okay, so now what I want to tell you is, okay, when we are holding a trade, okay, there's a few things which we always need to check, and that is a checklist which we need to see. Then that checklist would help you to see whether is it advisable to hold, or whether this is not advisable to hold the trade. Okay, so here I'm just going to show you all the checks list. Okay, the first check is check to see if you are holding a sell. Okay, you are holding a sell. You got to check whether the current high is lower than the previous high. Okay, so this is the first check. If you are holding a sell, either it should be a equal high, or it should be a lower high. Okay, so this is the first check. So the first check, I think the holding a sell is safe. But let's assume, when you go for a sell here, that means your current high is higher than your previous high, then you got to take some action and you got to close the trade, so that is what it means. Okay, the first is the first check. The second check is see whether the price is trading below the open or above the open. Okay, so if you look into this on the daily, the market opened at 71.20 and now is trading at 74.60. So based on the daily, the market is trading above the open, so which is not a good sign to hold a sell. Okay, which is not a good sign to hold a sell. Then the third thing to do is, when you say open, the opening can be a few checks you can do based on the open. Even the high also can be a few checks. If you see daily, this says up, but when you go for a weekly, this is below the open. So that means to say that this price is trading below the open on the weekly and above the open on the daily. So I think, this is a still holding a sell, can be a viable sell. And also we can go for opening on the 6 hours. Okay, 6 hours, and we see how much of time left for this 6 hours to end. So when we do this, okay, when we do this, now the 6 hours, we only have 18 more minutes left on this time to finish, and now the price is rejecting from the high, which means to say that the next 6 hours should be a down move, unless there is no news or any event that triggers the move. Okay, so this is going to be the next check. So if we do the opening, we are getting a mixed signal. The previous high and low, that is in favor of the sell, and this is giving a mixed signal. Then the third check we can do is, we see whether the price is below the moving average crossover or above the moving average crossover. Usually this would give you a lot of strength and lot of weakness, especially when the price is below and above. So like for instance here, this is still below the moving average on the 15 minute. Okay, but the confusing part is, when you look at 15 minute is below, when you look at 2 hours, okay, 2 hours, this is also turning down and this is also below. So which means to say that this has got a potential to go lower. But when you look into the 6 hours, this is still above. So when we look mixed signals, we would be seeing mixed, we'll be getting mixed results. So you need to know how to interpret that. So now this is trading still below the moving average. So I think this is also a fair chance for a sell. Then the next thing we need to look for is your RSI. RSI stochastic, to see whether the price is overbought or oversold. So if you look here, your RSI is at 45. Still there is more room to go down because it's not oversold yet, and we can still afford to wait. That this again, the tricky part is, if you use a different time, it will give you a different answer. That means, like if I put a 2 hours right now, this is also trading at 42, which means to say that it has got more room to go down. Okay, so you still have time, more room to go down, so we can hold this sell. Okay, so far previous high low, favor of the sell, opening mixed, moving average favor of the sell, RSI is favor of the sell. Okay, then the next one we need to see is to see the price action or price pattern. to see whether this is below uh, below the previous critical low or above the previous critical high. That means, for instance, you see here, this is the previous high and the price is making higher highs, higher highs. Okay, so here, if the price is coming down, of course, if it breaks this low, then this is going to be the major high. If it doesn't break this low, price should come down, turn up, then test this high, break, then it should go higher. So this is another clue which we can get that. Excuse me. Hold on, huh? So, so this is also indication that the market has got more room to come down, and it's not given a turn yet. Okay, so chances are we can still hold. Then the final one more check is we look for a sentiment change or polarity change. So that means to say we usually look on the 15-minute. Of course, a higher time frame would give a different answer. So here when we look into this, price made a high, okay, struggling to go high, broke the support, broke, then is consolidating, and the high did not go beyond this. This is where the sentiment change happened. So if we were to see this thing again here, we have yet to see the sentiment change. Okay, we have yet to see, because when we say sentiment change, like for instance, it went up, made a higher low, and once it breaks this high, you should not break or test this low, but this is showing weakness, which means to say that this is not a sentiment change. So out of 5 checks we did, 4 were in favor, 1 was 50-50. So now you ask me whether is it best to hold this. I think we can hold a sell. Okay, of course we must understand that we all are trading on probability, and we should be looking for opportunities based on the probability. Okay, so now the only thing is we have to wait for another 12 more minutes to see whether, as long as the price doesn't break 77.20 and 78, we can still hold a sell, because this is within this conjunction and we should see the price creeping lower. Okay, so when I say creeping, means the price is moving slowly lower. Aggressive, it means that the price is moving fast. Okay, so this is creeping lower, we can still hold the sell, and we can still be on the safe side. Okay, so let's see what are the trades we are holding today. We are holding sell gold 76. Okay, I think that's making about 40 over dollars. Dollar Swiss buy. Okay, this is we are going to fight for the news, so let that be. That dollar yen is also just got failed, so let's give some time to get stability. Okay, then here So now, let's say you want to manage this gold, okay? Uh, the thing, I got to wait for another 9 more minutes, okay, 9 more minutes to see uh, whether this market is closing below the open or above the open, and whether this is showing any strength that is coming. So let's wait and see. While we are waiting, anyone wants to discuss about any other markets? Okay, right now we are holding this trade. Let it work. Then we will see what is the outcome in the next round of discussion. Okay. While we are waiting, anyone wants to discuss any market? Anything you want to discuss? You let me know. So then, as far as this interest rate is concerned, okay, yesterday I was awake during that announcement, and I was listening to the Fed chairman giving a speech. What they were expecting is, in fact, they are saying that they are surprised to see a weak data on May. Okay, this is a bit surprising. So they are expecting strong data to come ahead, and also they also forecasting that there is not going to be any interest rate cut for this year. Only next year they are looking for, unless something happens. Okay, some things like, for instance, if let's say there is a war, then the stock market may all crash. Then the only way to support the economy is, they slash the rate. So that is the thing you need to take note and take into consideration. I don't know whether anyone have been here since September 11. That when September 11 incident happened, they really handled it, very nicely when the market opened, because the market was shut down for a week. Then after a week, when the market opened, first they cut interest rate by 1%. Then all the big players were made to talk or give a speech regarding their portfolio. Then they called, like Warren Buffett was saying, that during this crisis time, I wouldn't be selling a single share, and this is a huge opportunity. Don't need to panic. We definitely, we can come back, and we can make it. And all the players were saying, and they were doing it very nicely. Honestly, they were doing it very nicely, and that was one of the main reason why George Bush came in for the second term, because of the September 11 incident. So what I'm trying to say is, okay, whatever is happens, of course, we have to be trading the game based on the uh, market's direction. Okay, what do you expect is one thing, but you have to know whether the market is giving you an answer what you expect. So that's the tricky part, and that's a bit uh, complex. Okay, any questions? If not, I may want to end the session. And before we go off, okay, let's see the gold. Okay, the problem, you see here, the problem here we are seeing is, if let's say the price starts to move above this high, let's say it breaks this high, then we may see the price having a temporary base, and we should see the price pushing towards 83 or 85. Then the market may turn after that. So this is a bit disturbing, so we got to be a bit careful on this. So we will wait for a few more minutes, then we see the direction, whether it's breaking this low, going down, then we'll be right, because this will be a reversal or polarity change that is happening here. Okay. The question is, today how many time sessions? Okay, we are actually the 3 o'clock we have a plan for one, but the US, because since the US is holiday, so I'm not sure whether the market uh, is moving. Maybe I think we decide that on the next session. Okay, so we may have for US session, because if the US, the stock market is, you see, it's only the bank holiday. Okay, it's only the bank holiday. So I'm not sure whether, I'm sure Forex is on. I'm sure Forex is on, but it says Juneteenth holiday. So see whether any earnings. I think there is a couple of earnings report that is out today. So I think the market should be on. Okay, so what we will do is most likely maybe we'll try to have session at 9:30. Okay, and we'll make it a very fast one. If there is any activity on the market, then we will trade. Otherwise, we would skip today's session. So maybe I'll make arrangement for the US session 21:30 instead of 2100 hours. We will try to come in at 21:30. Then slightly, then we'll just have a very quick session. Then after that, if we see if there is any movement activity, we stay. If there is no movement, then I think we can face that, and we can see. So I think we'll have the session at 21:30. Okay, then if there is no movement, then we will shut down early. If there is movement, then we will stay and we will look into the trade. Okay, so so now we are waiting for the answer for the next move. So if the next move, the market starts to come down from here, then most likely we are right. We should see the price coming off. But if the market starts to move up and goes beyond this level 79, then we are wrong. Probably we have to get stopped out and we do a re-entry again. Okay, so I think the time has just finished, so now we are into the new time belt. Just wait for a few minutes to see whether the price is trading below the open or above the open. So you see here, lower high, okay, lower high, lower low, lower low. So now the new time belt has just started. So if we are right, we should not see the price going above 79 half, or uh, maybe even 76, 77. Yeah, 77, 77 half to be more precise. Okay, so then we should see the price moving lower. So we are just started. So we'll just see how is the movement, because the rest of the conditions all are pointing down. Okay, the rest of the conditions all like it's below the open, below the moving average. RSI has got more room to go down. All the signals are there. Okay, all the signals are there. So the only thing is the price has to respond to our call, and we see how. So how we are going to manage is the moment once okay, let's give some time, then we will see how it responds. Okay, so once again, thank you for coming into this channel, and I hope it was a useful discussion. And if you feel we have done a good job, please give us a like, then refer your friends. Then we will slowly we will try to grow. Okay. Then as far as yesterday's trade is concerned, okay, before I just go off, I think yesterday was okay. You know, we had more winning trades and only one or two losing trade, and we had to close it. So the rest all, but overall, our equity is up by 4%. Okay, it's about up for 4%. So I'll be going in slowly. Okay, I'll be going in slowly until the 10% is reached. So once we reach the 10%, then the volume all would be bigger. So that's the reason why we are going very conservative and very steady. So at least we do the right thing. Okay. So thank you once again. I see you all in another 3 hours time. Okay.